me. Can't focus on me.
Hey y'all. Hi. I'm Marsha Rosè and welcome back to my channel. Hey you guys. So I knew the last video that I did was not the continuation of my 4-part series of dealing with one of my exes, but it was Valentine's Day and I didn't really want to have it, depressing and thinking about what went wrong in my last relationship. I wanted to be like more, about what love is to me. So that's why I didn't do that for last video, but I'm gonna finish it up in here. This is gonna be the last part. This part I'm gonna probably jumble everything up in, but yeah. But like I said, before I get into this video, I would like for you guys to please like and subscribe to my channel, and always tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to like and subscribe. Okay. All right, you guys. So the ending of the last video, I talked about me seeing what I saw. My ex actually taking a girl seriously by putting her on on Facebook. So I was like, okay, now this is the reality. I'm going to have to face it. It is what it is. So I ended up starting to, put myself out there and start to date other people. So I'm dating other people. She's dating the girl. I'm hearing from her here or there. It's not a big thing, but, I'm doing my thing. She's doing her thing, and it is what it is. I think that, all of that stuff, it was because we lasted 2 years off and on. So that was all 2013? So 2013, yeah, she was just doing her thing with the girl. I was doing my thing. And yeah, so I was living my life. She was living hers. And I started to get calls from her more frequently. And, when the calls come more frequently, that's when the other person starts to get old. And so now it's like, I'm trying to look for some other people to add on to my thing. So let me contact this one because I know that she loved me, and I'm going to, I'm just going to entertain it and see what she's talking about. So she starts to call me. I start getting weak again to her. The people that I'm dating, it's not really anything serious. So I'm not really, I'm taking it like a grain of salt, basically, because I still have feelings and love there. Like when I fall in love with somebody, I fall in love with them. It's not no play thing. It's literally, I love you, you mine. The love for you is not going to just fade away, even if I start to date someone else. Like, it takes a little bit for me to fade away from you. So she starts to contact me. I'm going over her house, hanging out with her. We start messing around, like sleeping together again, because, that was what I was doing. So, it's crazy because I don't know why I was doing that, but I knew I was doing that. I was doing that because that was what my heart was at. So she's still messing with the girl, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to take whatever it is that I'm getting right now because, like I said, that's the person that I love. So I'm going to take what she's giving to me. And that's exactly what I was doing. So I'm just taking all the BS that she's giving me, the crumbs, basically, the bread crumbs that she had given me. And I just, go with the flow. So then I guess her and the girl officially like stopped talking to each other. So she wanted me to be the main person again. So I'm like, yay, I got my position back. And that's my shorty, the other girl. Boo her, it's me. So I'm with her now. And then I kind of find out that she's now messing with another girl. And the other girl, she came into play because the other girl had a girlfriend and the girlfriend was abusive, and my friend was playing save I mean my shorty was playing save a hoe, and she saved a hoe from her abuser, and that's how that thing started to go the way that it did. So now I'm starting to, it's starting to break me down, and the feelings are starting to go away. I'm not really feeling her like that, because now you really, really, really trying to play me. And I could understand, okay, you had your thing with one girl, but then you do this thing with another girl. Like, what do you take this as? So I'm fading away, but she's not really knowing. So I just, go with the flow. Like I said, I'm still going to be there, but my feelings are still going. Emotionally, I'm just done with it. Like, I'm really done with it. We weren't really having sex like that. We were just chilling with each other. It's like, basically, she just became somebody that I would hang out with when I needed cuddles, or if I wanted to have sex, I would just have sex with her. And that was just what it was, with with our situation was going, because I just was like, there wasn't really any feelings or emotions there anymore. So then we had went to Miami, and in Miami, and we went to Sweet Heat. So we went to Sweet Heat in Miami. My ex wasn't really working like that, so majority of the time I had to pay for a lot of the things, which was also exhausting. And that was another reason why I was starting to fade away as well, because I'm like, I don't want to be doing this. Like, you want to act like Big Daddy, whatever it was that you wanted to be, but then you weren't able to be Big Daddy because Big Daddy ain't giving the big money. Like, so I was just like, whatever. I was just doing my thing. Sweet Heat, actually, it ruined my whole Sweet Heat experience, because I was there with her, and her and I weren't really vibing like that with each other. And so, like, Sweet Heat come and go, and Sweet Heat is in May. So we did that in May. And when we come back, I'm thinking that, maybe things will get a little better. But she goes off to whatever she's doing, and she ghosts me for a few days. So while she ghosts me, I'm just like, whatever. There was one day when I was like not doing anything, and I was like, you know what y'all doing? And then they told me that they were going to go hang out with the girl. So I was like, who this girl, and why you hanging out with her? Why you not hanging out with me? She was like, so my best friend was like, you could come hang out with us. Like, we could go, and we could go chill, and at the park, and chill. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get dressed, I'm cute, and we end up meeting up at this area that we will meet up at. So we go out there, we chilling. Her and I get into each other, and that's that. So so we start talking or whatever, and then my ex comes back around. Now I'm not ghosted anymore. She comes back around. So when she comes back around, I start to tell her that there's somebody that I'm talking to, and yada yada yada. She's not really thinking that it's nothing. So, not knowing that my feelings was basically no longer there like that. And so she just take it as, like I said, like she always did with the chicks that I would talk to, as a grain of salt. So then I was at work, because at that time I was working doing security, and overnight it was a late night shift. So she was on the phone with me. I actually had just finished hanging out with my with the person that I actually stopped dating just a while ago. And she ended up calling me. My ex ended up calling me. So she called me and I'm on the phone with her talking to her or whatever. And then my last girlfriend, she ends up like texting me, and then my ex hears like the text message come through, and she's like, who you texting? And then so she going into freaking haywire, getting mad as hell. And I'm just like, why are you acting like that? Like, you doing your own thing. I'm on the phone with you because we were actually talking about we were gonna hang out after work. I was gonna go hang out at her house and we was gonna sleep together and cuddle with each other. That's what we were planning to do, and I was gonna do it because, like I said, that was my cuddle buddy. So then so she's there yelling at me, cussing me out, and just saying all of this stuff. And at this point, yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. I have no energy to argue with her, so I hang up the phone on her. So she calling my phone, calling my phone. At this time I worked at a college, and the college had different campuses, and we were stationed outside. The security was stationed outside, so we were outside at they have like the building where all the security guards are, and then everybody's at different posts. So I'm there at my post, and she's just blowing up my phone, sending me text messages like, I'm about to come over there. And I know that she don't have no vehicle, so I'm like, how's she coming over here? So I'm just really confused as to how she's coming over here. So she starts spazzing. She's calling me, calling me. Like, I think she called me like 50 to 100 times that night. And I literally didn't answer anything. And then she's texting me saying all of these crazy stuff. Watch when I get there, see it, all of this stuff that she's saying. And then I start to get scared, and I go to my to the security house that we have. So I'm sitting in the security house, and there's a whole bunch of guys that does security. So I'm telling them what's happening. I'm telling my supervisor what's happening, that my ex is coming out here. She wilding out, and I don't want to deal with it. So I need to stay in here for a while, because if I go outside on the post, she's going to get me. So my car is parked at the base as well. So I'm sitting in the office. She's like, I'm outside, come outside. And I'm like, I'm not coming outside. Like, why you think with you acting like that, I'm going to come outside? So she's like, come outside. And she's kicking my car. I'm looking out the window. She's outside kicking my car. She's doing this BS. One of the security guys had to come outside and tell her to leave, because she was not leaving. So she's still spazzing out, acting like a freaking crazy person. So then she leaves, and then I'm still in the office, because I'm like, I'm not going out there. That chick, if she catch me out there, who knows what she's gonna do. From what I have experienced with her before, it's not it. So end up staying in there for a while, and I was like, I need to go home early, because I'm not gonna deal with this. I don't want this stuff at my job, because this chick is crazy. She's at my job, and I can't deal with this. Mind you, this was the last day that I had at that job. They never they never called me back because of that BS. So I'm scared, and there's the where the base is at, it's only one way in and one way out. So I end up going in my car. I have to drive through the grass, because she knows there's only one way in and one way out. And I was thinking that she may be over there waiting for me. So I drive through the grass. They direct me through the grass, and I go on a street that's like in the cut, and I leave out that way. And that's how. And then after that, did she text me the next day or later on that night? I don't know how she got home. I didn't know how she got home that day, but when I got home, I was she had I don't know if she texted me that day or the day after or whatever, but she had texted me and she was like, I still can't believe that you left me outside, and she had to walk all the way back home. I'm like, I did not send you here. Like, you came here acting like a crazy person. I didn't send you to my job. You came to my job in a cab with no money to pay for another cab to go back home, because you assumed that if you came there acting like that, I was going to rescue you and actually bring your ass back home. But that I did not do. I left and I went about my business. Because, like I said, at this point, when I'm done, I honestly, y'all, when I'm done, I'm done. Like, when I'm over it, I'm really over it. So that was like the last day that I spoke, like actually spoke to her and hung out with her. Except, so we stopped talking for like the rest of May and June. Was it May and June? May and June? Yeah, it was May and June we stopped talking. And we weren't talking to each other. And at that point, I was starting to get to know my last girlfriend. So we're not talking at that point. And so I'm getting invested in my new relationship that's blossoming. So I get a phone call from her out of the blue. And I'm like, what is she calling me for? This is crazy. Like, I haven't spoken to her in so long. And why is she calling me? So she calling me and she's talking to me. She was like, she's asking me what's going on. And she tells me that she wants to take me out. So at that time, I was only dating my last girlfriend. So I didn't take it, I was like, okay, if she want to hang out with me, that's fine. So I told my girlfriend my shorty, because we were dating, I told her that I was going to go hang out with her. And, she was like, okay with it. So we ended up there was this place, I forgot what it's called, but I had so much fun. It was like a water park, like had zip lining and a whole bunch of water stuff. So she took me to that place and I had fun. And, it felt good for a while. But like afterwards, she just kept asking, like afterwards, like after having all the fun, it goes back to her saying, so you don't love me no more? You don't want to be with me no more? I said no. Like, I don't want to be with you anymore. Like, if you're doing this as my friend, because what I told you from the beginning before you even asked me out was, is this a friend thing? And you said yes. So I was like, okay, since I'm going out with you as a friend, that's fine. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. So if you're going to take me out, that's fine. So you take me out to grill me at the end of us having fun, to see if I still like you and I still want to be with you, and I'm telling you no, and yeah. She literally, we're sitting there, and like we're about to leave, but we're eating at the time, and we're sitting there, and she's like she's asking me this question, that I'm telling her, like, I don't want to be with you anymore, like I don't love you like that anymore. Like, I'm actually liking who I'm talking to at this point. So she starts to cry. And then she starts to get upset, like really upset, because I'm telling her this stuff. And I'm just like, I'm ready to go because I don't want to deal with this. Like, I've already gave you I've already told you that this is not it. Like, we're not going to be in a relationship. So if you taking me out, that's fine. Like, I don't have an issue with you taking me out. Like, once I'm done, I'm done. So, so she takes me home, and she calls me, I'm talking to her, and I'm still telling her the same things. So it could have been within that week, she starts to get possessive. Because if y'all know, like a narcissist, they think you your possession. And once you start to fade away and you no longer want nothing to do with them, they start to get crazy, because they get a narcissistic injury. So she starts to really act like a maniac. So she's calling down my phone, and I'm not answering because every time she will call me crying and asking me if I still love her and want to be with her. And I would tell her the same thing. So I stopped answering the phone for her. And then I was hanging out with one of my friends. So she was calling me. She was like, I'm on my way to your house, and you need to come outside and all this stuff. And I was like, I'm not even home. Don't come to my house. Please don't come to my house. So I don't know what she's doing, honestly. So, but then later on after that, I went back to my house. So I'm sitting at my house with my friend, because my friend came over as well. So I'm sitting on my bed and I'm talking, and you could see where my bedroom is at. I could see like my driveway, and I seen that her car was there, and she know where my window was at, so she came by my window. So she knocking on my window, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. Why are you at my house with my family? Like, at this point, I'm happy that my mother was at home, because my mother would have went crazy. But my dad was home, so she's there wilding out my window, trying to climb into my window and everything, y'all. Like, she was going nuts. So like, she no longer had control of me, and she hated it. And so I'm like, can you please leave? Can you please leave? And she's not leaving. And then next thing you know, my father comes outside, and he's like, you need to go. And she just looks at me through the window, like she looking for me to save her. And I don't. You got to go. So she ended up leaving, and we didn't talk for a while, because I'm not dealing with that. Like, she thought that I was playing when I told her I didn't want to be with her anymore. And because we had an off and on relationship for 2 years. So she assumed that she was still going to be able to have that control over me, to the point that I was just going to fall back into her arms. But I was over it. Like I said, when I'm over it, I'm over it. Like, I will pay you dust. Like, I would probably still answer the phone for you or whatever, but the same energy that I gave you when I was in love with you is not going to be the same energy I'm going to give you when I start to fade away. Because one thing about me, I will give you chance after chance after chance. If you show me that this is who you are and you're not changing, I don't want to, and I know that I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to be like, bye. Like, it may take me some years or whatever, but when I'm done, I'm done. Like, I give people chances because I love hard. Give people grace because I love hard. But if you showing me that you're taking advantage of my kindness, after a while, I'm going to be like, yeah, no, this ain't gonna work. And that's what happened with her and I. Like, in all honesty, like, these narcissistic relationships are a lot. Like, when you get hurt by these people, it's like a continuous cycle of one day you feel like they love you, one day you feel like they don't, one day they treating you like a queen, one day they treating you like an enemy. It's just too much, and it gets mentally and emotionally exhausting. And I was mentally and emotionally exhausted in that relationship a lot. And then it was like the physical abuse came into play, the constant cheating. I never felt good enough, and it was exhausting to me mentally, because it's like, I knew I was good enough. I knew I was beautiful. I knew I was smart. I knew I was actually worth a damn. But since I loved someone so more than I loved myself, I allowed that person, to tell me who I was and tell me what it was that I was going to deal with. And that's what I did for 2 years. Like, I did it honestly because I did it with all my past relationships. So I honestly could say that I dealt with that for 16 years with people that I ended up, not 16, probably like 15 years that I ended up with people that I ended up dating and falling in love with. I just disregarded myself and just did everything for them to make them happy, even though they didn't even have the happiness that was needed inside of themselves to make themselves happy. So I could have never, ever created that happiness inside of them because they couldn't even see it within themselves. But yeah, that was what was happening with my last not my last relationship, but with my abusive ex that I had. And it was hard, but I got out of it, and thank God. When God told me to leave, I left and never looked back. If I see her, I will say hi to her or whatever. It's no, what I learned what I needed to learn from that relationship. I don't hate her. I just don't want her energy in my presence because I already know what that energy consists of. She hasn't changed. Well, I don't even know if she has changed because I haven't spoken to her in a while. But even so, I knew what came with that situation, and I know that I don't want that around me. But like they said, anyways, narcissists, they don't change. They just change their victims. And maybe that's what she's doing. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to my part 4 of what occurred with me and one of my narcissistic ex. My videos are going to start to change now because I want to really get into my life coaching series, because like I said, I am a certified life coach and I really want to put myself out there more with that in that career. So I'm gonna talk more frequently about life coaching, mental health, things like that in my videos to come. But hopefully you guys liked my video and will continue to listen to me and subscribe. And like I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to like and subscribe to my channel. Like, support is well needed, and I love you guys and thank you. I will see you on the next one. Marsha Rosè is out of here. Bye.
Can't focus on